But just to exercise the students, kneeling, kicking, punching, hooking, drop down, knees, down kick. Oh, that's it.
So we are here today with Master Norman Elizar from the Nickelstick Balintawak Club, son of Nick Elizar.
Yes, good morning.
And yeah, I would like to ask a few questions about the new program of the Nickelstick Eskrima. Can you say something about that?
Okay, so about those questions you have, so I don't even change those program of Papa like the curriculum he has, but now I get more on like details of those basic like lessons of those children. So whatever lessons that Papa has give you before, so now I take focus on the lessons, how you will understand those lessons you have into good way of understanding.
Okay.
So that's it. That's the only thing I can say that I develop it in a good way of thinking. Then it makes sense to the students and it makes sense to the instructors. In both, they are thinking about those trainings, those lessons.
So can you give a short example maybe of what is more detailed now?
So the more details now for the students you have. So before, like when we are making like striking those 12 basic strike, so when they are going to perform those basic strike you have, they only think about those someone who in the front, then take a command, then make an actions of those lessons. But now, so as what I have said, like I make assurance that the students, when they started to learn like the method way of teaching we have, so the basic things we have, like now if you're making like delivery of those 12 basic strikes, so try to put things or to put like details on it so that it's easy for you to remind. And especially everything has been like remind by the footworks, the forms, and the timing that you can able to practice.
So for example, if you strike, you're not concerned only of the motion forward, but also the backward motion.
Exactly. So when you're making like striking you have, so feel yourself, like it makes sense to yourself that how you can able to understand those lessons and basic striking. There are things that sometimes when we practice, we don't really emphasize those angles. So now we take focus on that. So by making like focus on this, so at least in your side, you'll be practicing like how you will able to control and how you will able to make like footworks actions and the timing reactions then striking applications.
And how did you came up with these modifications in the details?
So a little modifications in the details because the way we learned before, so what I've said, Papa teach us like this way of like manners, like we need to emphasize, we need to emphasize those defense and offense actions. So through by modifying the lessons, so I need to make more like improvement, like progress.
Okay. And the progression was because you just practice here every day?
Yeah, so by having my progressions of those the teaching of mine, so it's like practice, like so I practice every day. I encountered like students like asking like this, then what is it? So now to be able not to be questions to that problem, so I need to make preparations that he don't need to make questions, then he can see the practice he has.
So it was more like a natural process out of the daily training?
Exactly.
Okay, good. And so you teach here full time at the Nickelstick headquarters?
So I'm teaching here in full time with my papa. So I have also chance to travel in other countries. So this coming also like October, so I just invited also to Grandmaster Jem Bobby Tabuada by his World Camp Balintawak. So hopefully I can have my visa on this.
Okay. And so in America, you will also share
Yeah, so
new discoveries.
in America, so it is a challenge to me because most of them they are like a practitioner in Balintawak. So how I able to introduce those teaching we have in Nickelstick. So now I am confident that I can have like the method or I can have those lessons to teach and share to Balintawak like practitioners or Grandmaster that.
And Bobby Tabuada's style and the Nickelstick style are very close, right?
So they are close. So sometimes they're asking like questions like why is it those Bobby stuff the more on like when they make response of those defense and offense, the more on the hands positions, and why is it us we more on the stick. So as what I've said, so nothing's wrong on that two applications. So it depends on how you will able to practice those things. So if those instructors you have, let you apply those striking applications because mostly if we have the weapons, we must have to emphasize those weapons we have that we use, right? But if we don't have any weapons, so we need to emphasize also like the mano or whatever weapons that we can hold in our hands. So we are ready to take actions in this.
Okay. Yeah, that's because Bobby Tabuada and your father, they have the same teacher?
Yeah. So they are the same teachers and they're same like way of teaching. I think like because I think they grow up together and they develop those system they have.
And in the Balintawak, when you reach a certain level, do you think it's natural to develop kind of your own style of doing it?
Definitely, it will comes like a natural instinct you have. Like if you keep on practicing the lessons you have, so at least definitely you will be leveling up those lessons, those learning you have. So we don't stop learning. So we keep and continuing practicing and learn those system we have. So whatever like useful things that you can able to use in the system, so try to practice like repetitions of practice can be develop like progress or make more sense of your training.
Yeah, or maybe find your own way of doing it.
Yeah, there's a lot. In your side, so this will be the structure we have. So when you have those foundations and structure that we give, so definitely when you make if you keep on practicing on this system, so you will be finding ways and like way of your teaching also. Then you can mix different way of applications. If you have like if you have a background like Kempokan or whatever you have like Jiu Jitsu, so that's the challenge you have, like how you can able to sink in the Balintawak into ground fighting.
Okay. Yeah. So because this is also another problem I see sometimes. Many people try to practice many styles at the same time. But what do you think about that? Like many foreigners, they go to the Balintawak and at the same time go to parties and whatever. So that's maybe not good in the beginning, right?
So I think so for those people like who really likes also like practicing in different way of the system. So I'm not saying that that's not good, but it depends on them how they will able to understand those system of those like Eskrima or like the
because at the gathering last weekend, I think you can see that if somebody really concentrates on the Balintawak, his Balintawak will be far higher and better than someone who's just doing a little bit of Balintawak and at the same time doing 5 or 6 other styles at the same time. I think you can see, maybe this is more like, do you think it's more like traditional, like you stay with one style and maybe more modern is to
So
interested
that
in
is
the
now
other styles.
like if you have those old system you have, then if you want to train another system that you can have, and then you really like it in this because you can see the flow and those old system you have, try to get some few things on it like the techniques that you can able to use in this Balintawak. So because me in my part, I don't even really study any kind of martial arts, but me, I purely learn from the stick. So automatically, so every time I teach, and I try to understand the system we have. So now, I try to make like new things in my mind, like how I will able to perform those forearms actions, those an arm or like the knife. So I have also the concept of knife fighting we have through the principle of the basic, principle of the stick basic.
Yeah.
So,
So you only trained here in the Nickelstick Balintawak
yes,
style,
so
no other styles?
no other styles I have, but originally I train with Nickelstick, and sometimes if I have chance to train with Jay and Bobby, so because they are close friends, so I can be also trained like Bobby.
And if somebody wants to train with you, you just come to Cebu, to the Nickelstick headquarters.
So yeah, to those people who want to train with me, you can find me in Cebu, or you can find me in my Facebook, or if you want me to come to your place, so don't hesitate to invite me.
No.
So I will be open.
Okay. So thank you very much for the
Thank you so
interview.
much, Thomas, and congratulations.
Thank you.